What's up, Axel? Yo, yo, yo. Weston! I can hear you. You can hear me. Weston, good to see you, mate. Happy Friday, boys. Happy Friday. Oh, how good is it? All right, let's do the. Oh, what a week I've had. Jesus, Lord help me. What a week we've had. Let's do the regular intros. Right, if you're listening back to these streams, there is a Discord link in the description. It is also in the top comment. Trying to get to 1,000 subs. Please subscribe to the channel. The last thing is doing a live stream for all of UFC 302 for Dusty's victory over Islam Makhachev. So if you want to come and say hi, it's the future in Australia, mate. So if you want to come and say hi during any point of UFC 302, as Dustin Poirier finally claims his title, I know every MMA YouTuber is streaming, but feel free to jump on and say hi to Dougie. The last king of Scotland. Go on, Poirier. Hell yeah, brother. I ain't seen you before around here, the last king of Scotland, so the top part. All right, we can talk about whatever the hell you guys want. I managed to catch the press conference today. We can break down the press conference. We can break down the new Giga Chad, Paulo Costa. We can break down Dustin Poirier swearing at Islam Makhachev and really bloody setting him off, mate. Really setting him off. There's all sorts of stuff we can talk about. You guys can lead the chat. What's up, Toad? And if it starts to get too degenerate, I'll jump on Twitter and we'll break down some more MMA news. Let's get right into it, chat. Axel. Go on, Poirier. Axel, don't say happy Friday. I'm working through this weekend. Gonna have to watch the fights on Sunday night. Hello, mate. How you going? Hello, Miguel. Gonna have to watch the fights on Sunday night when I get home from work. Damn, brother. No spoilers on Axel's. Axel, do you get notifications on your phone from like Instagram or YouTube or anything, man? Because I find when me and Jamie are road tripping, trying to not get any spoilers, super hard to do, man. Super hard to do. Toad, the face-off is going to be on many edits that end up on... That's weird. Many edits that end up on Dustin Poirier getting choked. You've misspelled Islam Makhachev getting guillotined there, Toad. That face-off is going to be on so many edits that end up of Islam Makhachev getting choked. There you go. I'll fix that for you, mate. Don't worry, mate. I got you back, Toad. I'll never let you down, brother. Human. G'day, fucker. How's it going? It's going great, mate. We finally made it to the end of the bloody week. We're having a great time. Miguel, g'day to you, my friend. How are you? The last king on Scotland. What about assalamu alaikum? Assalamu alaikum to you, cunt. How are you? What about McGregor? Not like getting him caught in the club with his own girl. That was his girl. What's wrong with McGregor in the club? I mean, I made a video about it. What about McGregor? Not like him getting caught in the club with his own girl. He was in the club with his own girl, but there's 32 days until his fight with Michael Chandler. I don't know if going clubbing is the smartest move. However, Conor McGregor is a fucking psycho, and some men just need to get shit out of your system. So it's probably better for him if he does mix in a bit of clubbing. Dougie, you were naughty in Ronan's stream, you cunt. I was in a silly mood this morning, mate. I was in a silly mood. Assalamu alaikum to you. I turn my phone off. I work on Sunday, and then I get the wife. Hang on, let me read this slowly. I turn my phone off. I work Sunday. Then I get the wife out. To the fights on the... then you get the wife to put the fights on the TV for you. Nice, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, me watching the fights on the big screen, actually, it's not that rare. It's not that rare. It's funny. I watch a lot of, like, UFC here in the office when I'm just chilling out. And then, like, on the main screen in the living room will probably be normally one championship. It'll be, like, in between things, or I'm just hanging out. So usually on the TV screen in the living room, the big screen will be one championship. It's not that often where I've got, like, UFC on the big old screen. Mate, are you ready for the UFC? Whittaker Chimaev will be a great one. I'm so ready for this weekend. I'm so ready. So, me and Jamie, we got a whole setup ready for UFC 302. We've like planned out our day around it. It's gonna be glorious. I'm so ready for Sunday for us. Saturday night for wherever you're from. McGregor is an idiot. Last time we saw him in the cage, his leg was hanging off. That You're not wrong. So, what's up, man? How you going? How you going? How you going? Yes, Roman Kopylov is winning. Jet ahead. What's up, brother? What's up? Yeah, he might need this, bro. He might need this, you know. Mate, you look sleepy. Go to bed. I'm telling you, the week that I've had, there was a reason a video didn't come out this morning because I was just like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just not in the fucking mood. I can't do it. Fights are so good up on the 80-inch with some Shiraz Axel. That's what I'm talking about, mate. I'm telling you, I'm hearing that, mate. I'm hearing that. Islam is going to sleep. I hope so. Sol Rabulak. Sol says, tell me right now, Dougie, is my bet on Roman Kopylov winning on Sunday? I'm not just a Roman Kopylov enjoyer because I'm half Serbian and therefore half Russian. I do believe that he actually can win this, and I don't think that's a delusional take. I think that's a very real. I think he'll sleep him, mate. I think he'll sleep him. I'm in America. Nice, mate. Chat ahead. How are you, brother? How are you, mate? Brisket nachos. That's the plan for 302. We got all sorts of plans for 302. One of them being brisket nachos. You're welcome, Sal. You're welcome. Like the stream, or else Western Mass is gonna fucking hit you with a hammer. And he's serious, mate. Western Mass has been up all fucking night. I've seen Western Mass. He's around the internet all day looking for someone to fucking hit with a hammer. All right, so don't be playing with him. So like the stream, or else you. Poirier ruined McGregor. You know the Last King of Scotland. There's a great quote on Batman, which is "Success has defeated you, my friend." And that is very true of what's happened to McGregor. 100%. He's actually been beaten by his own success. He doesn't have that hunger anymore. Last night, getting hyped for Poirier this weekend, I was watching some highlights of Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier 1. Their press conferences, their weigh-ins, all the interviews leading into that, and man, it was just a different McGregor. He was a completely different guy back in those days. Back, what was that, 2015? McGregor? Completely different kid. Completely different kid, man. And he was so much more cerebral, and he was a much deeper thinker. A much deeper thinker. He really was like watching the entire game. But now he's just a cokehead. Just a pure cokehead. Man, it'll feel amazing if Dustin wins. Chat hero, what's up, brother? It'll feel amazing if Dustin wins. Last time, something correct. Logan, what's up? What's up? What's up? It'll feel amazing if Dustin wins. Last time something crazy like that happened with Strickland versus Izzy. Me and the Misso were going crazy as each other went to Sean. Mate, it'll be like, to me, there are moments in MMA where I really do like, and, you know, Jamie can attest to this, like, I can't stare at the screen. Like, I have to hide behind the couch, or I'll run around the house screaming. Sometimes I'll start crying. I get so emotionally invested in the fights. And for me, one of those ones was Alexander Volkanovski versus Islam Makhachev. When the decision was being read out, I was so convinced that Volkanovski had won that fight. I was so convinced that he had won that fight. And I was just like, we've done, like, a little bloody Australian has gone and beaten like one of the greatest dynasties in MMA history. It's so wild to me, man. It's so wild to me. And I do think, like, to get back to what we're talking about, Axel, if Dustin does sleep him, I'm no shit. Like, I'm gonna have a hard time falling asleep for hours on that Sunday night. We're 100%. We're all going to the pub together to have a celebratory drink. I'm gonna like vertical stream it. It's gonna be fucking crazy, man. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I don't know what I'm gonna do if Dustin actually sleeps him. Dustin was trying his hardest to bait Islam to stand with him that whole press conference and stare him down. I know. Dustin kept bringing it up. God, stand with me. Stand with me. Go on, stand with me. I'll sleep you. It was great. It was really good to see. You know, I'm pretty fair to all fighters, but Islam has been in the US for 10 years, and he doesn't know that motherfucker doesn't mean anything too bad. He over-exaggerated that stuff weird. You know what I think it was, Chat Hero, and everyone else? This is why I like to share the comments with you. I'm going to get to your comments. I promise. Do you know what I think it's been, Chat Hero? I think it's been like Islam hasn't sworn at Dustin or hasn't really talked that much shit to Dustin. I know he said little things like, I don't want to add a ruby to my belt. I want to add a diamond to my belt. Little things. But if you notice, like, Islam's sort of been like cheeky but respectful. And the shit talking that he has done has only been really the facts. Mo said this in Discord today, like perfectly. All of the shit talking that Islam's done has just been the facts. Like on the ground, he always have problem, blood. He doesn't actually push it too hard. So it was all like respectful, respectful, respectful. And then Dustin goes, I'm going to sleep you, motherfucker. And to Islam, that must be like, hang on, I thought we were like being competitive athletes here. I didn't know we were going to be a bunch of pricks to each other. So I think that's what it was. It could have been maybe Islam thought Dustin said to him, I'm going to fuck your mother. But I think it was more just like, we've been having a respectful back and forth, and now you want to take it to this level? I'll take it to this level, mate. So I think that's what happened on the stage there, Chad Hero. Oh, McGregor really buying that third Sydney, McGregor really buying that a third of Sydney Harbour Bridge. Logan, it's taken me so long to get to your chat, and I don't know what you're talking about. The Last King of Scotland. I made $4,000 on Poirier against St. Denis. Oh my god. Hell yes, King of Scotland. Well done. Well done, mate. Well done. How much are you putting on Dustin to win this one? Shed ahead. I hope Islam will get cocky and try to outbox Dustin, but not anymore after that press conference. Yeah, Chatterhead, it's kind of like, did Dustin baiting Islam into the boxing sort of ruin his chances of Islam standing and boxing with him? Like, what's the meta of the mind game here? Interesting point. Yep. I did a few laps around the house when Sean dropped Izzy. Yeah, I know the feeling, man. I'll literally like run around the house. Yeah, man, that Volk versus Islam fight was a close one. I thought they'd give it to him in Australia. So did I. I thought we'd get it over there. But, you know, it is what it is. We lost it. That's all right. We live on to fight another day. You know, we got robbed against Islam Makhachev in the first fight. We got Stephen Ursay got robbed against Pantoja. And, you know, this is just... And Robert Whittaker got robbed against Israel Adesanya once, sorry. I mean, it's just, you know, they call us the criminals. They call Australians the criminals. We're out here getting fucking robbed every weekend in the UFC, mate. Every weekend. Justin slept Dustin. Now Islam will. That's by head kick again. That's Miguel. That's mean, mate. That's mean, mate. Dustin trying to bait Islam into a striking battle. Those daggies are sensitive to the inbred comments. I wonder why they have the highest ranks of inbreds on the planet. I mean, it's not shit talking when... I don't know if you guys know this, like where this meme comes from that Axel's bringing up. Khabib Nurmagomedov is literally married to his cousin. Like they are what it says on the label. Chat Hero, I hope Islam buys into this BS. His fans are peddling that he can strike with Dustin. Please do it. Alhamdulillah. Please. King of Scotland. I already have a 1K bet on a 4-1. This motherfucker. Boys, this motherfucker in chat knows how to throw cash down. McGregor posted on his X that on his Twitter that he's investing in the Sydney Harbour Bridge upgrade. Get the fuck out of here. Is he really? That's crazy, man. I'm going to have to check that out. I had no idea. What a random thing. Okay, we're all good. Brother, this is not boxing, brother. This MMA, brother. And then Dusty's like, well, I'm going to sleep you like it's boxing. Nice, okay. My job for Monday is sorted out. Isn't that good? Well done. We're multitasking. The Australians are the real men. Thank you for that. But anyone who lives with bears and mountain lions in their backyard, I'd much rather fight a kangaroo than a fucking mountain lion. I've been seeing some stuff on Instagram lately. Mate, this meme of Australia has the worst animals in the world? No, not true. Chat. Let's squeeze out a poll. I don't know how to spell any of that, but that's what it'll be. What else? That'll do. That's the good stuff right there. Gatorade. All right, let's go. Usyk is the real champ. They just gave it to Pantoja. The belt, so Usyk could easily escape Rio safely. There is something to that because there was some gang violence going down in Rio over the weekend, so that's not the craziest thing, man. Jack Della is so tough for breaking his arm right away and fighting many rounds and winning also with that much at stake. Yeah, Jack Della Maddalena and Shavkat and Ian are the future of 170 once those boys have lost in the UFC. Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. I mean, look at like Gilbert Burns' fight against Bilal with a popped shoulder. Look at Jack Della's fight against Gilbert Burns with a broken arm. Pretty fucking crazy. And look how badly the healing is going for Jack Della Maddalena. That staph infection is nasty, man. King of Scotland. What's up? What's up? I'll get to you. I'll get to you. I'll get to you all. Uncle Serg. What's up, man? What's up? These Russians, like Islam Makhachev, broke. Now their guy is in jail. They aren't needle movers on pay-per-view. I think they are. Like, they also carry the entire Muslim fan base with them. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. So I'm pretty sure there's still needle movers on the pay-per-view, the King of Scotland. Uncle Serg. Thoughts on Mitch, Caesar, and Costa, all parlayed up, $1,000 wager. Also, staph infection for Islam and Polo. Should that be something to factor in? No. It looks like Islam's has healed up. With the Paulo Costa one, that one is a pretty dicey one on the parlay anyway, because that is a true 50-50. True 50-50. So that one's dicey, Uncle Serge. I don't know how you're going to go with it. Good luck, man. Let me know how you go. Do you think Islam has staph? It looked like he kicked an elbow. I think he probably had a staph infection and it has healed, and now there is just some scarring. That's what it looks like to me. It does look like the perfect little bump that comes up, but it looks like it's a healed over scab. Strickland finishes Costa fairly easily, in your opinion. Just got to take him into deep waters. I disagree. I think Strickland can't get his pace up with high volume coming at him. So I think Costa is going to be able, I think we're seeing like a new level of Costa. I think Costa is going to be able to hold his pressure down. It's going to look very, very similar to Strickland versus DDP and Strickland versus Cannonier, where he can't get off his long, jabby combinations, man. So that's what I think is going to go down, dude. Australia has no dangerous animals except snakes and spiders. It's fucking propaganda. People in Africa get mauled by hippos, mountain lions, bears, and wolves in the USA. Australia is safe. That's what I'm fucking talking about, Axel Fox. It's time to change the narrative, mate. I accidentally swiped down again to a stream that looks like to be an underage. Okay, all right, okay. None of that's all right. Cheddarhead, you got to fix your algorithm, mate. It's time to change. Delete Cheddarhead account. Delete it. This is the last one, brother. Delete it. You gotta fix that algo of yours. Costa's pimple could either be staph infection from the mats. If he's on antibiotics, he's cooked. I will concede this point. If he does have staph infection, because let's not forget, boys, we all were like, Benoit Saint Denis has staph. Benoit Saint Denis has staph. And the UFC and Benoit's team were like, no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Loses to Dustin Poirier. And then all of a sudden his team are like, we did have staph. We did. So they're not going to tell us. So I will concede this point. Where are you? You're down here, chat. If Costa does have staph infection, he is fucked because he will need to have high pressure and high volume to beat Sean Strickland. So, yeah. If there was ever a time aliens came and fucked us up, now's the time. We're wide open to receive it, Cheddarhead. We're wide open. It's a bloody mess down here, brother. The last King of Scotland. No, dude, the Russians are shit. Skint Khabib isn't coming back for nothing. Islam needed Volk to sell pay-per-views. I don't think so. I get what you were saying. I understand what you're saying, but I disagree with it. I think there's so many Muslim and Russian fans all over the world that are fans of combat sports that they just buy the pay. They support each other no matter what. It's like back in the day, like wherever McGregor went, the Irish went, no matter what. And I think the Muslims are the same. I think the Muslim fan base gets behind the Muslim fan base 100%, and they drive the pay per views alone, just by themselves. Obviously there's like Islam or Khabib plus a good B side, and that can really lift you up. But without it, I think they still sell enough numbers on their own. If Islam is on antibiotics to heal from the stuff, he will fight drained. If he is on antibiotics, what I'm saying is he's already been through his antibiotics. The stuff is healed, and now it looks like there's just a bit of scar tissue or scabbing left over from the infection. So I think he'll be okay. Bro, why is every other live stream ASMR, sucking ears, and weird shit? The internet's a weird place full of weird people. Do I have to smash through these to catch up to chat? I do. Let's do it. I'm not trying to sound Diddy, but the only times I've cried in MMA I can count on my hands is one, Robbie Lawler's retirement, two, Felder's retirement, and if Dustin wins the belt, that'll be my third. I mean, maybe you're just a tougher bloke than we are, Chad Hero. I don't know, man. I don't know. It gets me, You follow these fighters' careers so much, you know how much it is to fight for something, you see them get success. It gets to me. It gets to me. What can I say? I'm an emotional wreck, boys. I'm an emotional wreck. I got a parlay on Glass Jaws Johnson by sub, Michael by KO, Basil to win, and Islam by KO. $10, paying out $120. Mikhail by KO. That's the pricey one, isn't it? Because of Holland's chin. That's the real pricey one. I think you're an Islam by KO. Jeez, yeah, you got the finishes there that's going to make it hard, Axel. You know what I mean? Like, it's not Islam by submission either. Yeah, interesting, man. Interesting little parlay. I like it. Lawler retirement was spoiled by the blatant dive by Nico Price. Yeah, and the perfect timing at the end of the prelims. Like, we had enough time to run that whole, like, Robbie Lawler thank you piece. Yeah. Where was his staff at? Islam Makashev's, it was on his right leg underneath the knee. I think Costa will stand strong, but Strickland will defend and adjust adequately. After round 2, you'll see Costa eating jabs while huffing and puffing hard. We will see. I mean, it is 5 rounds, which does favour Strickland, doesn't it? Because it's very hard for Costa to push through all 5 rounds. We see him not have great cardio before in the past. So, yeah, that's true. Have I caught up to chat? I have caught up to chat. Let's have a look at this. I'll get to everyone's. I hate it when the whole screen's ahead of me. USA and Australia come down at 36% each. Oh, my God. Oh, that doesn't work. Let's just do USA. I was trying to do the chant. Doesn't work. We'll squeeze out another poll, boys. Mate, 36% each. That's wild, mate. That's wild. I didn't expect that. All right, where was I at? Where was his staff at? We got to on his foot. Kennedy and Drickus were much harder fights, and he won those too. I'm saying they're hard. Hang on. He didn't win them. There's an argument for the Drickus one. There's an argument for both. The problem is with Sean Strickland's style is it's like jabby, accumulating damage, and in the rules, it's about impactful shots, and it literally says in the rules you need to judge the impactful shots first. So it's very easy for Sean Strickland to give up a round when he's letting off like 50 jabs, and someone else is getting 1 or 2 good, clean strikes or knockdowns in. I didn't make the rules. This is just what the rules say, okay? It's just what's written in the rules. So this is why it's very easy for Sean Strickland to lose via close decision, because his style is inconducive with the rule set of MMA. That's just how it is, all right? Don't shoot the messenger, but that's just how it is. Sean Strickland is just Israel Adesanya, but with jabs instead of leg kicks. How do you like that, chat? The UFC is free in most countries. The UFC has a pay-per-view market. In Western countries, it's all pay-per-view. In Western countries, it's all pay-per-view. I think we see Khabib fight again. If we do, it's big numbers. Big numbers. Patrick Cage likes your parlay, man. I'm not even trying to sound tougher than anyone. I think it just makes me a bit to have true emotional attachment to the fighters. Dustin, Jim Miller, and Volk are all dudes that I could get me going with some tears. Yeah, no, I was just, I was just playing. I think it's just, you connect with different stories. You know what I mean? And so that hits you differently. But yeah, man, I know. I know you're not trying to sound tough. You're a reasonable bloke, Chad Hero. Where am I? I'm a huge Islam fan, but only because I predict he'd be champ when he beat Moises like 5 years ago, so I just feel justified by predicting that. But he keeps beating my beloved fighters. It's hard. I mean, that's the problem, isn't it? Like, lightweight is so full of fighters that we love, and Islam Makhachev, apart from Dustin Poirier, is just levels ahead of them all. So yeah, he does just clean them all up. Is Australia really that bad with deadly animals? I don't think so, but the internet thinks it's like fucking Jurassic Park out there. You'll die. Making the Walk MMA. What's up, brother? Guys, go and check out Making the Walk MMA's channel. He does really good conversational stuff with our other friend of the channel, Bad Math MMA. These guys join up and collaborate quite often. And rather than me just ranting at random topics, they do good, long, back and forth conversations. So if you want more MMA content, you're sick of the bigger guys that don't focus in on their smaller, more touchable audience, more reachable audience, go and check out Making the Walk MMA. How are you, man? I know this is about 302, but why in the world is Nick Diaz and Vicente Luque 5 rounds, but Cheeto versus Figgy is 3 rounds? Bro, there is so much wrong with that card. I don't even know where to start, to be honest with you. There is so much wrong with that card. I mean, those 5 rounders are usually for like, and this is a number 1 contender spot. You know what I mean? Like number 2 versus number 4 or something like that. So essentially, like Making the Walk, I have no idea. Man. I don't know why they made the decisions they made. I don't know why it isn't Tony Ferguson versus Nick Diaz. I don't know why it isn't Tony Ferguson versus Nick Diaz in LA in front of their old fan base. Like, why are we retiring them in front of the fucking Middle Eastern crowd? They don't give a shit. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's bullshit. Oops, I hit the wrong button on the poll. It's right, we'll do it again later. I'm an Islam fan, but I feel like it's never enough, not enough of a fan to root against him versus Poirier. Same. I like Islam Makhachev, but I just like Dustin Poirier more. So that is what it is. Should Oceania realistically be part of Asia? What the fuck is Oceania? It's such a small continent. It's just Australia plus Asia, and that's most of the world. So I wouldn't call it a small continent. All right, guys, I'm going to smash through this so I can catch up with everybody. I see you all down here. What's up, UFC Casual? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Yeah, guys, I'll get to you. Let's do this. Sean definitely won the Jared fight. I've watched it back. Sean was never hurt. Jared was wobbled every single round. It was a clear robbery, that one. Jared was chicken dancing like 5 times in that fight. To be fair, Axel, I actually did a live stream of that one. That was one of the first ones where I actually started live streaming. And you are right. You're absolutely right. Sean Strickland definitely won that one. It's been years since I've seen anything remotely venomous or deadly here in Australia, and we go camping like once a month. That's true. Me and Jamie are out in the bush all the time. Very rarely do we see something that could kill us, or poison us, or venomous. There's a lot that could kill us. It's not as bad as the internet makes it look. Looks bad because Sean was backing up so much when Jared would throw, but he never actually got touched. Again, I get you. I do. Sean lost the Jared fight because of the optics. This is what we were talking about. Really, Sean's optics are horrible for the judges, man. This part here. Sean's defense is set up so it looks like you're hitting him, but really you're just hitting his arms or his shoulders or grazing him. Yes, and he's moving backwards. And again, if someone lands a good, clean, definite strike against Sean, that sort of helps in the judge's eyes. So, yeah. The Last King of Scotland. We get it here free in the UK, no pay-per-view. But do you not have to pay a subscription to TNT Sports and then pay on top of that? The Last King of Scotland. Can you break that up for me a little bit more? UFC Casual, good to see you, man. What's up? USA's most dangerous animal is the We're on YouTube. So behave yourself, Doug. Don't say anything too wild. Axel, Jared didn't touch him until he adjusted and started going for the body in later rounds. True. RIP Steve Irwin. These are the facts. We miss him every day. There's a bloody statue of Steve Irwin in front of everyone's house. The Middle Eastern cards are weird because there's... Have I caught up? Yes. Kyle, Humberg, I'm fucking pumped for UFC 302. We all are, mate. We're going to sit here live until it starts. All of us in this chat aren't going anywhere for 2 days. No shitting, no pissing. We're sitting here waiting to watch it. Not even reading chat. Just waiting. No, I'm pretty pumped too, mate. I'm pretty pumped too. Middle Eastern cards are weird because there's no commissions there. What's even weirder is in the Middle East, it's not just no commissions. It's like the UFC's drug testing. It's set up by the UFC, which is like, it's not even like competing bodies or like the UFC and the PFL are both setting up a commission. It's just the UFC set up the commission. It's the UFC. So that is really fucking weird. So Whittaker versus Chimaev. Watch out for those early 10-8 rounds for Chimaev. Sean screaming about to the death and bleed for you guys. When he fights just like Izzy is a joke. Yes, it is. He is just like Israel Adesanya, carrying out the urn of Jared Cannonier and then throwing leg kicks from range. Sean Strickland says to the death, and I might get the first murder in the cage, and then jabs from range behind a Philly shell. He's kind of dumb. He's kind of dumb. You're not a barbarian. Yeah, true, Cheddar. I think some casual fan, Abu Dhabi Prince, just wanted his favorite fighters, Nick Diaz and Tony Ferguson, to be on the card. You're absolutely right, Tony. You're absolutely right, man. Yeah, okay. Thank you, UFC casual. Yeah, it's 35 pounds. It's 35 pounds, sir. That'll be 35 pounds. 35 pounds for TNT Sports. All UFC events are included. That's a fucking damn good deal, casual. That's a damn good deal. Doping is pretty much legal in those places. Hamzat will be on all the juice. Oh, stop it, mate. Stop it, bro. Bro, on the count of 3, I want everybody to scream, come on. Come on, boys. Come on. Bro, I worked in claims with this Aboriginal guy who said his uncle was 100 meters away on another boat. Oh, damn, dude. Really? That's fucked, man. That's fucked. I remember I was in high school when the news came through the school. Ripped through the school like wildfire, man. So sad. You also get darts, snooker, football, rugby, and a bunch of other sports on TNT for $35 a month. That sounds like a great deal. So we have something like that over here. You guys might catch the reporter at the UFC press conferences. He always, at every press conference, he always is like, oh, g'day, cunt. My name's David Wakefield from KO Sports. That's our channel, KO Sports. You have to buy KO Sports at like $25 per month. And then if you want to watch boxing or UFC or the AFL Grand Final, you have to pay for something on top. Like you have to buy those events inside of the app of KO Sports. It's dog shit. And he said that if he went over there, he would have saved Irwin because he knew how to treat the wound the idiot cameraman pulled the barb out. Oh, shit. That's crazy. I thought the Stingray stabbed him in the heart. So either way, Steve was done. You know, that's what I thought, man. Come on, come on. I pay $10 a month here and I get all UFC and all BKFC events, plus some boxing events. That's sick. That's a great deal, man. That is a great deal. Dustin is going to have to step through to hit Islam Makhachev. Yeah, he's going to have to catch Islam as he goes for a single leg or a double leg. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Like what we're all hoping for, the entire MMA community, what we're all praying for, not going to be easy, brother. Not going to be easy at all, man. What do you mean? Okay, nice. The pay-per-view model never made sense, to be honest. Seems like a scam to pay $60 for every single event. Yeah, well, I mean, for us, I think it's 90 Australian dollars for every single event. So if you were to do the maths, you'd be paying $14 a month or $12 a month or something like that for Fight Pass. And then on top of that, you'd be paying $90 a month for the UFC, which is just an insane amount of money to watch a sport. Or you could look for Russian links. And we do. We find them every single weekend. It's great. Yeah, Yeah, I think he was talking a bit of shit. I think so. Yeah, if he knew how to save being stabbed in the heart, he would be like a witch doctor. Quite frankly, like no one knows how to save someone from being stabbed in the heart. Dustin needs a JDM knee up the middle to win this fight. Islam's boxing defense is too clean. He needs to catch him coming in on a takedown for a win, I think. Yeah, Axel, pretty much. Like, he needs to hope that Islam wants to choose to stand and bang with him. I hope that he catches him on the outside. I do see a way of this fight happening where Islam Makhachev is getting success with the boxing on Dustin Poirier and then ends up sort of tie clinching against the cage and starts ripping a lot of body shots and a lot of headshots to Dustin Poirier. And you'll notice homework. What's up, brother? And you'll notice when Dustin Poirier is up against the cage and people are ripping body shots to him and headshots to him, he's very, very good at covering up. And then this switch goes in his head where he just starts countering with big, meaty hooks. And because the person against the cage pressuring has been trying to finish him for so long, they're a little bit gassed, they're a little bit out of breath, and that's where Dustin Poirier actually catches a lot of his takedowns. Catches a lot of his knockouts. So, all of that to say, I could see Islam Makhachev falling into Dustin Poirier's, what's the right word? Not rope-a-dope, but pressure against the cage, reverse pressure against the cage. What's the right way to explain that? What's the right way to articulate that? Couldn't you use VPN to watch it on TNT for $25 a month? I could try, but VPNs really slow down my internet connection. Like, Australia's internet connection is already very bad, and VPNs really slow it down. So, and then I need to upload the stream through a VPN because I'm live streaming at the same time. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I really hope Dustin just loads up on PCP and EPO before the fight, just because it's his last fight. Who gives a fuck? And then we become like John Jones fans, where we just go full delusional, like we don't even care that he was clearly cheating. Yeah, I get that. I watched back Islam's entire catalog since his Ramos fight, and man, I'm not trying to glaze him, but he is almost the perfect fighter. He's good. He's really good. He's a really good fighter. Like, yeah, he's really fucking good. He is, man. After this is all done, we'll talk about how good Islam Makhachev is, but right now, we got to play in the world of delusion. Otherwise, we're not going to make it. Who's still picking Dustin? We're all picking Dustin, mate. You wait till you see how this channel looks. Everybody, at some point at UFC 302, just come round to the channel on the pay-per-view or during the prelims and say hi. We got surprises for UFC 302 on the channel. We got surprises. But yeah, we're rooting for Dustin all the way until the walkout, man. How we going? 40 minutes? Been a fun stream. I like this. I like streaming a bit earlier. It's nice. Too bad it's not my full-time job. You know, if you guys want to sponsor the channel, there's a little bloody donation button right there. Right there, you know? Anyway, let's press on. The coaches have to put hard drugs in his water bottle during rounds. They need to prepare correctly. Just coke him up. Put a mix, Cheddarhead, in his water bottle. Make it a mix of like painkillers, adrenaline, Adderall, and a little bit of cocaine, just to really tweak him. And in between rounds, get him to chug that. Can't feel any pain. Rages out. Maybe a bit of Viagra as well, just let him sleep. Let him sleep, Makhachev. Dustin will have two losses to Southpaws on Sunday morning. That's the way casual up you, mate. Fucking oath, mate. That's a solid prediction. I could see that happening. Islam might get slumped as he throws his knees to the body up against the cage. Yeah. So to me, a lot of people think that Dustin's best chance of winning is as Islam shoots for a takedown. But I don't. To me, Dustin's best chance of winning is as he's getting pressured up against the cage, because Islam loves Muay Thai clinching. He did it a lot against Volk. He did it against Oliveira. As Chad Hero was saying before, Islam is a super fucking well-rounded fighter, and part of that well-roundedness is his judo throws and Muay Thai clinching. I'm banking on Dustin surviving and catching him, or Islam goes for the gilly to prove a point and he fails, gets tired, and then finished. What a twist of fate that would be from the Khabib-Dustin fight. It would, mate. If that's how it goes down. If the finish in any way involves a guillotine, if the finish in any way involves a guillotine, it's going to be serendipity. How do you like that word, boys? Serendipity. Islam never attacks in the clinch without the punches. He only uses the tire plum and hits his knees. Never attacks in the clinch with punches, so he doesn't open himself up to a counter. He is a very well-rounded fighter. He's a very well-rounded fighter. Very well. Our best chance is Islam wrestling for his life in the first three and gassing. Islam doesn't gas. He really doesn't gas. He really doesn't. Islam throws body knees against the cage in the tie clinch. Dustin needs an uppercut, loaded and ready to go. This might sound weird, but I give more chance of Dustin beating Islam than Arman. I give more chance. Oh, what I meant Islam, not Dustin. I'm getting him confused. This might sound weird, but I give more chance of Dustin beating Islam than Arman. I don't. I think Arman can definitely beat Islam Makhachev when they both have a full training camp, which is probably why Arman Tsarukyan was like, no, I wait, brother. I wait. Islam is just a way better version of Arman. This is true. Making the walk. What's up, dude? If Dustin wins, does Islam get an immediate rematch? I would say, for most fighters, and 9 times out of 10, he would, mate. But Conor McGregor has re-entered the game. And it's super casual to say or even consider, but the UFC are going to wait to see what happens with Conor McGregor. I think there is a reason that they went Islam Makhachev. It doesn't matter if Justin Gaethje gets knocked out. Doesn't matter if Arman Tsarukyan says no. Islam Makhachev is going to fight at the start of June. He's going to fight at the start of the June. And then they also went, and Conor will fight 3 weeks later because they want to see which way we're going to play the cards. So, to answer your question, if Conor McGregor didn't exist, then yes, he would get an immediate rematch. But Conor McGregor does exist, so I think once the fight happens, you're going to see a lot of, we need to go back to the war room and we'll figure it out on Tuesday. We'll see what happens. Adriano Martinez is the GOAT. That's just plain not true. Jake Collier is the GOAT. Have you got Costa or Strickland? Also, did you see the stuff on Costa's foot? I have got Paulo Costa head kicking Strickland. If he doesn't land that head kick, it'll be to Strickland via decision, but that's an easy. Anyone can pick Strickland via decision. I think Paulo's okay. I think he's healthy. We'll see, though. Alex, did you just get to chat? What's up, brother? You did just get to chat. How are you, man? It's good to see you. A Dustin Costa underdog parlay would go crazy. Is Kevin Holland the underdog? Or is he coming in as the favorite? Because I'd put Mikhail via knockout. Michael Olenjacek. Michael, I've been listening to his bloody name. I've watched back his fights. I cannot get his name out of my mouth properly. The cunt that Costa's fighting, the cunt that Kevin Holland's fighting, is gonna sleep Kevin Holland. I really believe that. I think Kevin Holland is not taking this seriously. I think he's racked up a couple of Mikhail has racked up a couple of losses that he wants to avenge. Yeah. I see Kevin Holland getting slept. Not only would Islam get an immediate rematch, but it would be in Arabia in front of all his cousin fight judges by 3 oil sheiks. Not only would Islam get an immediate rematch, but it would be in Arabia in front of all of his cousins, and the judges would be there because of 3 oil sheiks. I don't think so. I think it depends on Conor McGregor, man. I really do. Strickland is a winnable fight for Costa if he can keep Strickland on the back foot. I agree. I think Islam will get a rematch. We'll see. We will see. The UFC loves money. They bloody love it. Tom Aspinall is the interim champion. Everyone? Islam's going to get an immediate rematch. Tom Aspinall is the interim champion. Marlon Vera just fought for a belt. Bilal Muhammad. They offered Cyril Gane another fight. They offered Cyril Gane another title shot against Tom Aspinall in Manchester. Another one. The UFC loves money. East Coast crew, what's up, bro? All right, let me catch up. Dustin versus Conor for the lightweight strap would be the craziest shit, and I'm praying for it. It would be so much fun in MMA. It would be so much fun in MMA. It would be undeserved WWE bullshit. It would be the perfect chance for the PFL to market themselves as the better fight organization with a proper meritocracy. But Dustin versus Conor 4 would be so much fun. I'm going to smash through chat so I can catch up. I think Islam will go to 170 and seek a title there. If he loses, depends who wins, because Islam might not want to go up and fight Bilal Muhammad. They have the same manager, training camp, they're friends. Dustin stands literally no chance. Ban him. Block this cunt. I'm kidding, mate. You're all right. Welcome to the channel. Do you think Islam will start being a little desperate if he doesn't finish Dustin quicker than Khabib? No. I think he'll play it smart. Islam Makhshav's a very smart, clean fighter. Islam is way more of a finisher than Khabib. It comes naturally for him. Yeah, he's a much better striker than Khabib was. Much better. Kevo is the favorite. You might be right. Chuck that one on a parlay as well then, boys. Kevin Holland getting slept. Also, besides the fights, we'll find out which MMA curse will come out on top. There's a lot of intermingling curses going on here, isn't there? I love how foreign fighters take being called a motherfucker really, like, literally. I know, dude. They really don't understand. We're not saying, like, we're going to fuck your mum. We're just saying, like, it's just a fun thing to say. It's just fun. Sometimes swearing is just fun. I don't think Holland's getting slept. He has the chin to take a flush spinning elbow. Yeah. Mediocre Michael isn't sleeping him. There comes a time, Chad Hero. That's all I'm saying. What you're saying, I totally get. We've watched it together many times. I get it. This is the time. This is my God, I'm making some fucking big calls for UFC 302. What am I doing? Why can't I just be a normal MMA YouTuber? Anyway, I think this is the one. Kevin Holland's not taking it seriously. I can see, why can I not pronounce his name? Michael. There was so many power shots and bombs. I can see Kevin Holland getting caught by one and knocked out. Just my 2 cents. If Holland can survive all those kicks and strikes from Wonderboy, I think he can survive this fight. Maybe. We'll see. Conor looking thick for 155. True. But, again, let's just see how things play out. Because the beauty of it is, right, if Conor loses against Chandler, he might retire. If Islam wins and Conor wins, Islam isn't going to accept a fight with Conor McGregor because the whole camp just like ignore him like he doesn't exist. So you could have Conor like Max Holloway for the BMF. You could do all sorts of things with Conor. You could have Conor versus Leon. Again, I'm not saying these are like great or fair decisions. I'm saying this is like the UFC marketing team being like, we need to get a belt around Conor McGregor as quickly as we can because he's 35 years old. If he re-signs to the UFC, he's going to re-sign for like 5 or 6 fights at a fairly decent paycheck. People sell better when they have a belt underneath them. The casuals only care about Conor McGregor if he has a belt underneath him. So either get him the 155 belt, the 170 belt, or the BMF belt, all of which are joke decisions, but they're decisions that the UFC would make because it is a joke company at the moment. For now. Yeah. Agreed, Cheddar. I think Conor has trouble making 155. He does, but he would make it. And let's not also forget, boys, that the UFC doesn't mind putting a curtain around their fighters when they're struggling to make weight, or when it's Khabib versus Gaethje in Abu Dhabi on Fight Island, he made weight. He made weight. Everything's fine here, he made weight. There's things that can be done to help literally nudge the scales. If Bilal wins, maybe they'll just do Islam versus McGregor at 170, fuck the belt, non-title fight, main event. They might. If Bilal wins, yeah, they might. Yeah. So if Dustin wins, so if Islam is belt-less, they might do that because that is just... And again, people say like, oh, you need to have a championship fight on a pay-per-view. That's totally not true. Like Conor Masvidal was a numbered event, main event, didn't have a pay-per-view, didn't have a belt on the line. Tony Ferguson, Nate Diaz, didn't have a belt on the line. There was another example that because I made a video about this. It's just not at the top of my head, but we've done it, and we've done it like in the modern era as well. Since the ESPN era, we've done it. So yeah, you don't need a belt to sell a pay-per-view. But belts do help sell to the casuals. So if they can put a belt on Conor McGregor, it will help a lot. Kevin Holland will quit, in my opinion. Michael is actually a legit striker and will put a beating on him. I think he definitely will. I just think this is the one where Holland's chin breaks. These foreign guys must think the BMF belt is the weirdest thing ever. Yeah, if they don't get the joke of motherfucker, then yeah, they would be like, I don't want this belt. No. No, I even disagree with you. Never stop making big calls. It's so fun. Can't wait for you to be wrong, though. I do worry that's going to be the meme of this channel. Did you, Chat Hero, did you watch my video on the fight card announced at Abu Dhabi? And I did that whole Dougie's delusion bit in the middle. Yeah, I'm worried about that meme. If I was the UFC, I would have made Tony versus Nick. What a better matchup. Yep, and I would have done it on the same card as... Oh, my God. It's time to start the timer and wrap the stream up because my brain's fading. Same card as John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. So it could be like a retirement-themed card in Madison Square Garden in front of actual MMA fans, not the Middle East. It's hard not to want to take Nico. I thought he wasn't going to be good recently, but I feel like his ceiling was so much higher than Morono. I've got Morono, to be honest. I believe Islam said in an interview that he'd fight McGregor because it would be easy money. Interesting. I thought the team we're just going to ignore him and hope that just not give him any of our time. But that's interesting. The UFC will find a way to make Conor McGregor versus Dustin 4 next. They will find a way to do something interesting with Conor McGregor, Alex. The thing about Lord Michael is that he doesn't have to reach. He doesn't have a real coach. Yes, he should have just taken the money line and went Basil by decision, to be honest. Also, the UFC might give Conor that shot and try to get him to sign a new contract. That's true as well. Has Conor signed his new deal? Has he actually signed it yet? We don't know. All we heard was that the contract negotiations are going well. That's good advice. No, I don't believe in kicking a man while he's down. Sick as. Let's do this. Whew. That was a bloody boys. That was a run. I need to take a breath between chats. What do you mean? Ooh, yeah, nice. Oh, that's mean. I reset the timer. That's mean. That's mean. I didn't give you guys a chance. When this timer goes off, the stream is over. All right? There might be a stream tomorrow. Maybe not. I might just have a day off before we do a big 8-hour stream for UFC 302. We'll see. But we'll see. All right, ready? Here we go. Last 10 minutes, boys. I don't believe in kicking a man while he's down. Sports betting is the only gambling I do. I'm up $1,900 since my first ever bet, which was Robbie to TKO Nick in the third. Nice, man. So, Axel, do you sports bet on multiple sports or just MMA? Because I find MMA to be maybe the most volatile sport to bet on, purely because there's just so many things that can go wrong when you can get injuries, bad decisions, fighters not trying, low IQ. There's so many things that can go wrong, man. So pretty harsh, man. Just MMA and boxing. This guy, fucking hell, swinging it around. I'm calling it now from UFC Casual. We will see Tony versus Perry or Tony versus Jake Paul announced by December. God, I hope not. God, I hope not. Oh, no more combat sports for Tony Ferguson. Please, God. He's already kind of got CTE already. Like, you don't take your son out of bed and go running into the forest claiming that he's Jesus reborn and then ask for Jake Paul to hit you in the head. Unbelievable. Good shit, Axel. Good shit, man. If they make Tony Jake Paul, I will officially move full circle from Tony being my favorite fighter to me just hating him. That's fair, man. That's fair because you don't want to see someone that you care about get their head kicked in again and again and again and again. Islam versus Khabib, prime for prime. Who are you picking? I take Islam. That's a good one to squeeze out a poll. That's a good one. I'll tell you before the end of the stream. No, I should tell you now. Oh, I don't want to. I don't want to judge. Whatever. You guys can think for yourselves. You're adults. Start poll. I still think Khabib has got the better wrestling than Islam. I think Khabib can hold him down. But, the Khabib that we saw end his career was a... I'm not looking at the poll. The Khabib that we saw end his career was a Khabib that wanted to prove that he was a good striker. So maybe Islam Makhachev sleeps Khabib. Because then if you hit Khabib and rock him, he's going to go and shoot to the takedowns. But Islam Makhachev isn't going to, get... What's the right word? Islam Makhachev isn't going to get Hail Mary takedown or, evasively taken down. You know what I mean? It's going to take a lot to take Islam down. So, probably Islam Makhachev. What do we think, chat? 56%. It's split down the middle. That's cool. Another thing people haven't mentioned yet is Islam started training for the fight as soon as Ramadan ended. All that weight he gained now, he has to cut. It might affect him more than usual. It might, or it might just be mostly water weight. It might not be hard muscle or a lot of thick fat. You know what I mean? He probably finished Ramadan very, very lean, ate a bunch of carbs, had a bunch of good food. They don't drink, so it's probably just carbs and water weight. Maybe not, man. Might not be that hard. Just MMA and boxing. I don't watch any other sports at all, so I wouldn't bet on them. Fair. MMA is actually one of the easiest sports to bet on. That's not true, Patrick. Why don't you share your bet slip in the Discord, Patrick? Why don't you share how much money you've made, huh? Huh? Do that at 302, mate. Share your winnings. Share a screenshot. Betting on MMA isn't easy unless you watch James Krause give out bets. That was the time to bet. That's true. What a time to be a gambler. Kind of. Tony doesn't kind of have CTE. He is CTE. True, Chat Hero. Tony had a career worth of CTE from Michael Chandler alone. These are the facts, boys. These are the facts. Islam would KO Khabib. I feel like... Oh, good. I'm so happy I didn't get skewed by the chats. I feel like Khabib will know Islam's every move before Islam does it. That's true. That's a good point. Everything Islam knows, Khabib taught him. Although Islam has had a lot of growth since Khabib's been out of the gym, down at AKA and also in Dagestan. Yeah, maybe. Khabib's granite chin is the only thing that could save him. Assuming their wrestling cancels out, Islam beats him on the standing. I think that's the going consensus, isn't it? I have Islam. The gap in striking is a level far bigger than the gap in grappling. That seems to be where it's at. Let's wrap this one up. Quick poll. Just a quick poll, boys. Why have I got Justin Bieber stuck in my head? Why? What is that? Was it on the radio at the worksite? Why do I have that in my head? I need to get that out of my head. Not good. I lost $1,500 parlay when Jacoby dropped the ball against Alonso. Oh my God, I was not... Dude, I don't know how you ride such big trifectas or parlays or multis. I like to call them multis. I don't know how you ride such... That's... The whole of 302 is 12 fights. And you've got to bet riding almost an entire fight card, man. Crazy, dude. So if I see Jacoby on the street, he better be wearing a stab-proof vest in Minecraft. I hate that Connor took that boxing fight with Floyd. I hate that Connor took that boxing fight with Floyd. He went from such a fluent kicker to a boxing-heavy stance. He hasn't been the same since. Yeah, he abandoned his karate stance, and his karate stance is what helped him set up those counters so nicely. You're absolutely right, man. I think because he had such good success in the early rounds against Floyd Mayweather, he sort of convinced himself that he was a boxer and, yeah, stuck with it the entire time. Prime Usman versus Prime Khabib. Usman, just too big. Do we even need a poll? Do we even need to squeeze out a 3-minute poll for that? Should we? Let's do it. Why not? It makes the chat more fun, polls. But I am going to go with Usman. I think he's just too big for Khabib. Also, Usman's jab was unbelievable when he reached his prime. Islam mechanic. What are your thoughts on the potential Oliveira versus Colby Covington fight? Personally, I like it. I like it too, to be honest. I think Oliveira wins that fight. I like the meme of it. I like the fans getting around it. Oliveira has so much love from the MMA fan base, which he deserves. And Colby Covington has so much hatred from the fan base, which he deserves. I think it's a great matchup for Oliveira. I think he's rangy enough to put hands and strikes on Colby Covington. I think he's accomplished enough in the grappling that if Colby Covington does decide that he wants to get the cardio back that's been missing ever since the first Usman fight, I like it. I like it a lot. Usman. I take Usman based on the competition that he fought and beat. Khabib didn't show enough. Yep. Oliveira versus Colby could be fun. Colby will probably be able to hold him down, though, and make it boring. I don't think so, man. I think that Oliveira would be able to throw up enough submission attempts from the bottom that he could create space and get out of the bottom position. I really do, mate. I really do. I think Colby could definitely pressure him and hold him there for a bit, but I think Oliveira would be fluid enough to get out of it. So, yeah, it would be fun. And I'd give it to Oliveira. And imagine if Oliveira actually took up Islam Makhachev's offer of going to Dagestan and training with the Dagestani boys. You'd be like, Oliveira would be such a dangerous fighter if he learnt a little bit more grappling and wrestling from there. Usman is too big. Yeah, the Usman recency bias is real. He was the pound for pound top dog and had that for a long time. Usman's too big. The Usman recency bias is real. He was pound for pound for a long time, and he had that dog. He had that dog in him. He had Israel Adesanya's dog all the way up in him. Usman didn't fight high-level competition. What do you mean by that, Patrick Cage? Because he fought Colby twice and Masvidal twice, and Burns, who was scared to fight him. Like, Burns came into that so nervous about the moment that he was crying. Is that what you mean, Cage? Colby only wins as long as he shows up. The Leon fight was embarrassing. If Colby shows up and chain wrestles, Oliveira is cooked. That's a fair call if he shows up. But I mean, we haven't seen that Colby in so long. Is that Colby even still alive? Colby seems like he has accepted being a gatekeeper in the top three. That would be true if he actually gatekept the top three and fought, say, Ian Gary. Who's he gatekeeping from? Ian Gary is an undefeated fighter. He's undefeated. Ian Gary is an undefeated number 7 young up-and-comer. If you're a gatekeeper, that is the perfect fight. No more chats, boys. It's time to wrap it up. Let me read out the last of these. Chad Hero, you got the last one in. Colby seems like he's accepted being a gay. If Islam wins, should we start a GoFundMe for a modern crusade to Dagestan? I don't hate the Dagestanis enough to start a crusade to Dagestan. So no, Axel. No, we shouldn't genocide them. Okay? He's not. Jesus, man. No. Let's not act like Colby at this point is nearly as hungry as Armin was when he beat Oliveira. Yeah, that's the thing. Man. Colby looked so washed in his last fight. He did, mate. Colby is the only good fighter. He fought, really, and Colby arguably won one of those fights. That's what you're saying Usman is washed. We're going to have to pick this debate up at another time, boys. Chad Hero got the last one in. I think Usman fought the competition in front of him. He was great for his time. That's all you can do is fight. I'm down for the crusade. Shut up, casual. All right, boys. That was a great one, man. I'm happy that I pulled up the energy to sit down on the computer and stream one more time for the end of the week. It's Friday night for me. I'm going to go have a beer. I might be on tomorrow. 50-50. We see. Maybe not. Who knows? If you want to know when I go live, there is a Discord link. The Discord general chat has actually been pretty good lately. Not as mad as it usually is. So But either way, if you want, grab the Discord link. There's a channel in there called YouTube Updates. All you have to do is connect your notifications to just that channel, and you won't get bothered by anything else, and then you'll know when I go live. Apart from that, I'm going to be going live from the early prelims all the way to the end. Me and Jamie have got some fun shit planned for the entirety of UFC 302. We're going to be celebrating hard if Dustin wins, so just pop in and say hi at any point during that. Apart from that, you guys have yourselves a good Friday over in America when you get there tomorrow. Have a good weekend, and I'll see you all on Saturday night. Stay safe, boys. No crusades. No crusades. Motherfuckers. Have a good weekend, guys.